Oriental cholangiohepatitis is a very rare disease, especially rare in Western patients, where bile is thickened and causes stones to form within the liver. And this chronic inflammation process causes cancer to form, and it's associated with bile duct cancer that forms within the liver, so-called intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma. And that's what Paul had with a massive extent.
I was experiencing upper back and shoulder pain. It really started in summer of 2019 into the fall. I kind of ignored it for a while, until it got to a point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. It was keeping me up at night. I wasn't sleeping. It wasn't until I saw a rheumatologist that she did some blood work and found that one of my liver enzymes was off. That's how they initially found the tumor. I was shocked and terrified because honestly, I thought the pain that I had been experiencing in my back and my shoulders was just something muscular. At the time, I was a volunteer firefighter, so I thought maybe it had something to do with the fire department or the gym, but I had no idea that the tumor could be radiating pain into my upper back and my shoulders. I've been going to St. E's for years. I was actually born at St. Elizabeth's. Dr. Fallon referred me to Dr. Conrad, who right away sent me in for a laparoscopic diagnostic. At the same time, they also installed my chemo port.
I was very saddened to see such a young patient with such an extensive tumor, and also to see this impact on him and his family. I thought that there's something we have to do for this young patient, recognizing it is going to be an uphill battle, and creative, out-of-the-box type thinking will be necessary to help Paul.
So we start with standard of care, and standard of care in this disease, it's usually a combination chemotherapy.
They initially did the biopsy. They sent a sample of the tumor off to a lab to test it for genetic mutations. Only 3% of people with my type of cancer actually have genetic mutations. And it's only if you have one of these genetic mutations that you actually qualify for the immunotherapy.
When we got a report, whole mutational burden was about 30.
Dr. Kosareva was very excited about that because she knew that meant she could put me on the Keytruda. I didn't have any side effects with the Keytruda. I started putting my weight back on, my hair started coming back. I was able to go back to work part-time. I was able to go back to the gym. It was a lifesaver, really.
Paul had an extensive tumor that involved not only the liver, but also the blood vessel flowing into the liver, the bile ducts draining the liver, and the big blood vessel that drains all the blood back from the body to the heart, called the inferior vena cava. So this resection was a massive undertaking over more than 8 hours to remove this tumor and get the tumor free.
We almost cry when pathologists told us there is no viable cancer cells left, and that's a huge victory.